Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Please proceed, Council. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Witness, are you ready and able to proceed?
Yes.
May I remind you that you're still on the oath? Do you understand?
Yes.
So before we left for the break, you were explaining that you went to Fajara barracks and everything was disorganized, and the soldiers on your side were doing whatever they wanted. That's your testimony, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. You said you were at this stage attached to Babu Karjata, who was just a peripheral observer about what was happening. Is that your testimony?
Yes.
How close was Babu Karjata to Sana Sabali?
At that time?
Yes. In terms of proximity, how close or how far away was Babu Karjata from Sana Sabali during this period?
It's about 5, 6, 7 meters or so.
So essentially they were together?
Yeah, 5, 6, 7 meters or so, because when they are moving to enter the barracks, there was a little bit distance between Sana and Babu Karjata.
How about the rest of the soldiers? Where were they positioned?
They were on the move, all of them.
How were they moving? Were they moving tactically or people were just walking?
Each and every one of them is moving tactically, but not too much of control over them.
I don't understand.
Yeah, the reason why I say...
If they're moving tactically,
yes,
wouldn't that mean that there is a disciplined arrangement, a disciplined order in which they were moving?
No, as a trained soldier, when you are moving, you move tactically. Even if somebody didn't control you, you need to move tactically, otherwise you can be a victim.
But you said there was confusion. People were doing whatever they wanted.
Even there was a confusion, but a trained soldier, if he is moving, he moves tactically.
So this is tactical confusion or tactical formation. I don't understand. Can you clarify? It's got to be tactical and organized, or confused and jumbled up. But can it be tactical and confusing all at the same time?
It is more of organized and tactical. The way they are moving.
So it's
more of that.
So it's no longer confusing.
There is a confusion within all the soldiers, and there is nobody who is telling them, let's move, or let's do this, or stop. Because in an organized and real movement of soldiers, there must be a commander who will tell you, hold it, or dash down, or let's move, or let's reorg. At that time, there was nobody who is taking that control. This was why I said it was not organized. But people are moving tactically.
Can you tell us through how many points did your group enter Fajara barracks?
What do you mean? Can you repeat your question, please?
Through how many points did your group enter Fajara barracks? Did they all enter through one entrance or one point, or did they enter through different points?
They entered through the back gate. We entered through the back gate.
All of them?
Yes, through the back gate, and then we spread.
How did that spread happen? Spontaneously or under instructions?
At that time, it's under the instructions, spread out.
Who
by
gave
Sana Sabali.
Who gave those
Sana
instructions?
Sabali. At that time.
At this stage, where was Babukar Jata?
We are behind them.
Behind who?
Behind the men and Sana Sabali and the council members. But if they speak, you could hear.
Did Babukar Jata take any fighting position?
Babukar Jata, if is a need for him to go down, he has to go down. But I didn't see him going down or crawling or so.
He did not go down at all?
He didn't go down to crawl or so.
Mr. Witness, were you in fact with Babukar Jata?
I am with Babu. This is why I said I haven't seen him crawl, because he was always standing and then, bending, like moving like these things, but he didn't crawl down.
The question is, were you in fact with Babukar Jata?
I was with Babukar Jata.
Throughout?
I was with Babukar Jata until at the ante room.
So, okay, now let's talk about what happened when you arrived at the ante room. Tell us.
When we arrived at the ante room, everybody dashed down, including Babukar Jata himself, at that juncture. At that point, everybody dashed down. At that time.
Was there any shooting before you arrived at the ante room?
Yes, there were shootings.
At that stage, this Babukar Jata dashed down?
No, Babukar Jata didn't dash down, but there were shootings.
When you arrived at the ante room, at that stage you had already taken over the barracks, isn't it?
Yes.
Was there any shooting at that time?
When we dashed down?
No, when you were at the ante room, you had already taken the barracks. Was there any shooting?
No, the shooting stopped for some time.
Did it recommence, the shooting?
Yes.
And what happened when the shooting recommenced?
It was when some soldiers were asked to move forward from the truck.
No, that is not the question I am asking. You said when you were coming in, there was shooting.
Yes.
And at that stage, were you receiving enemy fire? When you were coming in, when you were entering the barracks?
Yes.
And at that stage, there was no need to dash down, right?
Now, when you receive enemy fire, you dash down.
But you told us Babukar Jata did not dash down.
For Babukar Jata, within the army barracks itself, the Fajara army barrack, there are a lot of buildings and all those things and the like. You could just run to a building and then hide yourself, in which he was doing. He just rushed to a building, a particular building, hide himself, whilst I was following. Is what I'm saying.
So there was no need for Babukar Jata to dash down. That's what you said.
No, at that juncture there was no need for him to dash down, because the enemy fire that we encountered was not too. It was just a short period, and then all of a sudden everything dies down. It was a short period.
And when you arrived at the anteroom, did you receive any enemy fire?
No.
What was the need for Babukar Jatta to dash down when you were at the anteroom?
Everybody was asked to dash down to listen if there is an enemy fire.
None came.
None came.
So at that stage, after that, what happened?
After that, an order was given for the captured soldier to be brought down.
Were they brought down?
Yes.
Who gave that order to bring down the captured orders? Good. So how many soldiers were brought down?
It's about, well, 4 or 5 or so. I cannot recall the number, but there are more than 4, I think.
We had a witness who said about 15.
15? No, I cannot recall whether it is 15.
Did you recognize any of the soldiers who were brought down?
Yes.
Who did you recognize?
I recognize about 3.
Do you tell us?
Barrow.
Which Barrow?
Lieutenant Barrow.
Who else?
Dotfal.
What rank?
Lieutenant Dotfal.
And who else?
And is it Juf? Who escaped? Is it Juf? Something Juf.
Because is he known by any other name?
Yeah, I think he's known by that other name, but I forgot the popular name that he is known of.
Jakal?
Sir Jakal.
That's the person you're referring to?
Yes, Sir Jakal, yes.
And who else?
Yeah, these are the people that I recognize and know of.
Can you tell us the condition in which they were in when you saw them?
Tired. I saw them, they are tired.
Were they walking on their feet or were they not?
They were limping.
Were they able to walk on their own unaided?
I think Barrow was aided. I can't confirm, but I think Barrow was aided. But I can't 100% confirm that.
How about Dotfal?
Dotfal was okay.
He was okay?
Yes.
Nothing was wrong with him?
No, he was okay.
That's your testimony?
As I saw him, because he walked by himself.
The evidence we have received is that by this time these people reached Fajara barracks.
Okay.
They were beaten almost to death.
Anyway, I cannot ascertain to that.
No, but if
I saw him walking, because when they were asked to run for their life, for Barrow cannot run, he was struggling to run. So if evidence says that they were struggling for their own life, it could be true.
But what I can't understand is there's a big difference between people who were lifted from the truck and taken out as testified to by some of the witnesses, and a person who is walking on his own. There's a huge difference. Are you sure you saw Dotfal and Barrow, as you allege?
I saw Dotfal and Barrow. But like for me, even if I am beaten up to nearly to be finished, and I am told maybe to run for my life, I will struggle. I don't know whether I will not be able to do it, but I will have to struggle. So,
Mr. Witness, the difference here is somebody walking on his 2 feet and somebody who could not walk and had to be carried. That's the difference we're talking about.
This is what I'm saying. I haven't seen him being carried.
Okay, good. That is your testimony.
That's my testimony.
So when they were brought down from the truck, you saw Dotfal and Barrow walking together with Sir Jackal. Did you see anybody else with them? Any other captive with them?
No, I can't remember. I can't remember.
Only these three people you can remember seeing?
Yeah, because I know them very well. I know them very well.
Do you know a person called Aliuba, Lieutenant?
Lieutenant Aliuba. Yes, I know Lieutenant Aliuba.
Was he there?
No, I cannot remember whether he was there. Aliuba, I cannot remember.
Do you know Private Abdullah Dabo?
Private Abdullah Dabo. I cannot remember this gentleman.
Do you know Private Mafuji Sonko?
Mafuji. No, I cannot remember seeing Mafuji, but I know Mafuji. I know Mafuji, but I cannot remember seeing Mafuji, but I know him.
So what happened when these people were brought down from the truck?
That was the time I saw Babukar Jata when the council member gets up and move an inch. That was the time that I saw Babukar Jata go and talk to them. I don't know.
He moved an inch, you said?
Yeah, move a distance from us.
And what was the distance?
The distance could be from here up to where these people are sitting. And then we are lying, concentrating.
3-4 meters?
It could be about that. 3-4 meters or so.
And what happened when they moved aside?
They were talking,
meters?
in which we cannot.
Can you tell us who specifically who was there?
Yankuba was there.
By Yankuba, who are you referring to?
Yankuba Ture.
Lieutenant, is it?
Yes.
Who else?
Lieutenant Edward Singate.
Yes.
Lieutenant Peter Singate. Lieutenant Sarasabali. And Lieutenant Haidara. They are all there.
Okay. And they were joined by who?
They were joined by the army commander, Babukar Jata.
And then what happened there?
He talked to them. I don't know what was their talk was all about. And then they return back to where we lie down, and both of them joined us, and Sana gave order for us to fire them.
At this stage, were you all standing up, or you were lying?
No, we are lying.
At this stage, where were the captured soldiers?
They were in front of us.
What distance?
No, I cannot judge the distance at that time.
But can you show us by indication somewhere around here or outside?
No, it's with like from here to you and maybe a little bit distance to you.
At this wall,
Yeah,
or the next wall?
No, this wall.
This wall?
Yeah, around that.
Say around 10, 12 meters.
Could be.
So how many people? Only these three or more than these three?
No, I saw these three. I saw these three.
We know you said you saw these three.
Yes.
You identified these three.
Yes.
Were there more than these three, or these are the only three you can remember to have been present?
These are the three that I can remember to be present.
Were there other people there you could not recall?
No, I cannot recall that whether there are.
You don't know whether there were more than three
I
people
don't
or
know.
not?
I don't know. I don't know.
And exactly where did this happen?
At the entrance of Fajara barracks, at the main gate, towards the field.
Was it at the field or near the anteroom?
It's between. It's between, I think, the anteroom and the wall, towards the field.
Okay. And so tell us what happened afterwards. You are there, these people are in front of you, yes. 12 meters in front of you. And then Sana gave the order.
Yes.
What happened when Sana gave the order?
He gave the order for them to be fired, to be killed.
By who?
By everybody who was there.
And what happened after he gave the order?
And the shooting started.
And who did the shooting?
Me, I am a part and parcel of them who did the shooting.
Mr. Witness, I am happy that you changed your story. When we met you all these days, you denied having ever participated in that.
In shooting?
Yes.
No, then it's an oversight on me. But this one, I am a part and parcel of who shoot.
Even in your statement here, you said, at this time I was at the back with then Army Commander Babukar Jatta and I did not participate in shootings. So I'm happy that you
I'm sorry with that statement. I'm sorry with that statement.
Well, the thing is, you just changed your mind. You calculated, you reflected, you changed your mind. It's okay to change your mind. Just tell the truth. That's the most important thing.
I am sorry for that. It's not a matter of being changing my mind. That is the time I just recalled when I sit there going over the minutes and all those things. Then I recall that I am part and parcel of the people who shoot. I have to tell you the truth.
Yes, we appreciate that you have to tell the truth. It is just my responsibility also to remind you that throughout our meetings with you, you had denied participation.
Yeah. No.
Yes, until today, you are willing now to accept that you participated.
Yes, on the shooting.
And that is your testimony, you participated.
Yes.
And after this shooting, what happened?
After the shooting, Barrow and Dotfal lose their life there.
How did you know that?
Yeah, because they were lying there. And
how about the third person, Sajaka?
Third person run, followed by 1 or 2 soldiers, I think. Who followed them was Tumbul Tamba and Babukan Jai, but could not trace him. When they come back and give that.
And by Babukan Jai, you mean Jai Ponkal?
Jai Ponkal, yes.
And afterwards, what happened?
And afterward, we left for Radio Gambia.
What happened to the bodies?
They were picked back to the truck to Yundum barracks.
At this stage, how many people were put in that truck?
No, because I don't know how many people, because I was not among the people who were picking the body and all those things getting into the truck.
This shooting you are talking about, you said everybody fired. When you said everybody fired, you mean those soldiers who were considered as loyal soldiers, those who were under the command at that time of Sana Sabally?
Except Babukar Jata,
How do you know that?
because he didn't fire.
How do you know that?
I was with him, side by side with him. He didn't fire. That I can testify that he didn't fire.
You did not see him fire?
I didn't see him fire.
Good. Did anybody, as far as you know, any officer or soldier, take any step to prevent that execution from taking place?
To take steps, prevent execution take place. It might be Babukar Jata because the way he was talking with them, but otherwise, at that juncture, at that time,
you
no.
just told us a few minutes ago that what they were saying or you do not know. You did not hear them. That's what you said.
This is why I said it might be him, but I don't know.
So by saying that you are only guessing,
yes,
that if at all anybody was to or were to speak to them about not executing those soldiers, it could probably be Babukar Jata.
Is what I said.
So it's a complete guess.
It's a guess.
You have no idea what
I have no idea.
Good. Apart from that guess, did you see anybody take any steps which you can interpret to amount to intervening to prevent that execution from taking place?
No.
So you decided to go to leave Fajara barracks. Who made that decision?
Is the leader at that time, that is Sana Sabally, who asked everybody to disperse, and then we go to the Radio Gambia for announcement.
Do you know how many soldiers went to Radio Gambia for this announcement?
For the announcement, I was there. Sana was there. But I cannot remember the other council members being there. But we, the entourage, the people who are guarding Sana Sabally, we were there.
Was an announcement made?
Yes.
You recall who made the announcement?
Sana Sabally.
Did you hear the announcement yourself?
After, from Radio Gambia, when they were repeating it, is the time that I heard it, but I was not inside the radio when he was doing announcement.
Did you get to learn about what Sana Sabally said in that announcement?
Yes.
Could you tell us what he said?
That there was an enemy fight in which some soldiers, an attack in which some soldiers lose their life.
Indeed. Was that announcement really a true reflection of what happened that day?
No.
It was a lie.
It was a cover-up.
A lie also. The record does not keep note of nodding. Could you answer by saying something, a yes or no?
No, I said it was a cover-up.
I am saying it was a lie.
Then fine.
Do you agree it was a lie?
Looking at the instance, the way and the manner things were happening, he didn't tell the truth.
And therefore, it was a lie?
Yes.
Good. So after that lie, in fact, I have the newspaper here, and this is the Gambia Weekly newspaper. It's dated Friday, November 18th, 1994, a week afterwards. And in page 8 of the paper, there is a statement issued by Sana Sabali. And essentially, I would not put the newspaper in evidence. It's not necessary. It pretty much says what you said, that Sana Sabali explained that there was a fighting and some people lost their lives. You now agree that that was a cover-up, it was a lie. After that statement was made, where did you go?
Straight to the Statehouse.
Did you not go back to Yundum barracks?
No.
Okay. The evidence we have is that you went back to Yundum barracks. What do you say to that?
No, I cannot recall going back to the Union Barrack. From Radio Gambia, we went straight to Statehouse. That is what I recall.
At some stage, you went back to Statehouse. What did you go to do at Statehouse?
We went back for the council to give report to their leader.
And then, what happened after that?
When we enter, the chairman came out, and there were a lot of jubilation, jumping here and there, as if people who went on a war and then win, they were jubilating. I was lying inside the vehicle.
Why were you lying inside the vehicle?
Because there are colleagues that I know who lose their life, so I was really shocked.
Was it really guilt that you have just participated in the murder of your colleagues?
It could be.
What else could it have been?
Okay.
So, after that, did you see the bodies again?
No.
And what happened for the rest of that day, as far as you're concerned?
As far as I am concerned, and I know of, we went back to our various homes, residence.
That afternoon?
Till the following day.
Till the following day. Which day was the following day?
That was on a Saturday.
Which date?
On the 12th.
And what happened on that day?
On the 12th, we were called again. I could remember we were in the other block. Then I used to smoke cigarette, but I used to hide it from Sana. That was the day that he caught me smoking, because I stepped out, he too stepped out from his room. He said, "Hey, what is that? JCB, are you smoking?" I said, yes, sir. He said, "No, I know, it's pressure." Then I off the cigarette. He called, he said, "Can you guys come in, come up?" We went there. He said, "We are going to Yundum."
How many of you?
All the members.
The entire entourage of 8 people.
Yeah, except one who was wounded. That is Babukar Njai.
Njai Ponkal.
Njai. He sustained injury during the movement of 11/11.
And what happened after he sustained injury?
Yeah, I recall giving him my crepe bandage, because I used to have those things because I used to play football then. I gave him a crepe bandage. So Sana sees that with the complaint that he was doing, he tells him that you can just stand down. So he stand down and went on weekend till Sunday.
So the 7 of you and Sana Sabali.
Yes.
And this time around, were you briefed as to the mission?
No, we are told that we are going to Yundum.
And how did you dress?
We dress normally like we are on the escort.
In military uniform?
Yes, but we are not dressed as somebody who is going for combat.
You were armed?
Yes, we are armed.
With what?
Weapons. Our normal routine weapon.
Kalashnikovs and
yes, our normal
and pistols.
Yes.
And this time around, did you leave Sana's residence with just Sana and your group, or
no,
did other people join?
Before we moved, they did the same thing. Edward Singate, Yankuba Ture, and all those things came in, and then we moved. The time when they came in, then we moved.
I want to get it straight again, right? You said Sana Sabali, who was the leader of your group, correct?
Yes.
And you also mentioned Edward Singate. Did he come and join?
Yes, he was there.
You also mentioned who else?
Aidara.
And who else?
Ture. Yankuba Ture.
Was he there?
Yes.
With who?
With Peter Singate. With Peter Singate.
Yankuba, did he come with any orderly or security?
No, he always moved with his securities. He moves with his securities.
On this particular day, who was with him?
No, I cannot recall who was with him.
Let me take you to your statement.
I cannot recall it. I think this.
In your statement, I think it's paragraph 21. You said this. On the 12th of November 1994, we left Statehouse in a convoy form led by Sana, Edward Singate, Peter Singate, Sadibu Haidara, Yankuba Ture, and their orderlies, who included B.A. Njai, Zakaria Dabo, Lamin Drame, now late, he was a driver, Alaji Kanyi, Alfuseni Suso, Lamin Marong, Sekou Jase, and Mustafa Ture from Yundum Barracks. Is that true?
From Yundum Barracks?
Yes, Mustafa, for Yundum Barracks, you said. For Yundum Barracks, excuse my lapse.
No, for Yundum Barracks. Alaji Kanyi was not there by then.
Yes, okay. Could you correct that? Could you correct that? So Alaji Kanyi was not there?
By then, yeah.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Who else was there?
The drivers, they're all there.
And how about Ensa Mendy?
Ensa, I haven't recalled seeing Ensa. I didn't recall seeing Ensa.
In your first statement, you included Ensa Mendy.
My first, yes. Oh, my first statement. Yeah, but I later told him that I cannot recall this Ensa Mendy when I go over the statement.
Indeed.
Because I was foreseeing that he was with Yankuba Toure all the time, so I thought he was there, but I recall that I didn't see him.
Fair enough. You could not recall
Yes.
now whether Ensa Mendy was there.
Yes, I cannot recall, yeah.
So these people, this list you have mentioned, excluding Alaji Kanyi and Ensa Mendy, you went to Yundum Barracks, right?
Yes.
And what happened when, do you recall what time you arrived at Yundum?
No, because we have an obstruction when we are moving towards Yundum.
What was the obstruction?
We had an accident just after Nusrat Junction towards the hospital. There was
Hospital?
Ahmadiyya.
Okay. Okay. And then what happened as a result of that accident?
As a result of that accident, our lead vehicle somersaulted. And one of our soldiers sustained injury.
Who was he?
Albert Gomez, the late Albert Gomez.
And what happened as a result of that?
As a result of that, I was asked to lead them to Fajikunda Hospital.
Who did you lead? Was it just Albert or
Albert
or
and
other people?
I think with the driver.
Who was the driver?
Alkali
Alkali what?
Jalo.
Alkali Jalo.
Yes.
Was any other person injured?
No, he was the only one who is injured, but Alkali just sustained, I think, minor injury, or he was led to go and then do some checkup.
What if I tell you that another member of your group claimed to have been injured and was taken to hospital as part of this group? Would that be true, or would it be a lie?
It would be true, and I will suspect one person, that is B. Njai. I will suspect that it is B. Njai.
I don't understand.
I
What
said-
would you suspect?
I said,
First, let's take it step by step. Would it be true or would it be false?
it would be true.
It would be true.
It would be true.
And if that person happens to be B.A. Njai, would you say that it's true that B.A. Njai was also injured?
I will say B. Njai was among the people who went to the hospital.
Do you know whether he remained at the hospital or he went back with you?
Most of them were just checked and released, except Albert. They were
You
checked
said
and
most
released.
of them.
Yeah.
How many people are we talking about here?
About 3 people that I'm talking about here. About 3 people I could recall.
Albert?
Albert.
Alkali?
Alkali.
And who else?
And this B. Njai.
B.A. Njai.
In fact, it's B. Njai.
Yeah. Okay. When they were released, what happened?
When they were released, I personally went straight to Yundum Barracks. I think my statement we could make some adjustment on my statement about this BNJ.
Did B.A. Njai go back to?
This is what I don't know, whether he went to Yundum or he went home. But on my testimony, there is a person that I mentioned his name. I said I mentioned his name.
By the way, when was the last time you spoke to B.A. Njai?
When?
Was the last time you spoke to B.A. Njai?
BNJ. BNJ is almost, if it is not more than even 15 to 20 years.
You haven't spoken to him for
I haven't
15 to 20 years?
I haven't even seen BNJ.
No, the question is, when was the last time you spoke to him?
I cannot recall, but it's more than 10 years plus.
He is still in Gambia?
I don't know whether he's still in the Gambia.
Is he still serving in the armed forces?
I don't know.
Good. So, you now saying that you're not sure whether B.A. Njai returned or went to Yundum barracks that day?
Yes, yes.
But you are certain that you personally went to Yundum
Yes,
barracks?
I went to Yundum barracks.
How about Al-Khali?
The Alkali too, I don't certain for whether he's in there. Yeah.
So you went to Yundum barracks, and what happened when you arrived there?
Upon my arrival at Yundum barracks, I met one Land Rover standing, and the detainees were inside that Land Rover.
How many detainees?
I didn't go and check inside how many detainees are there, but you could see that there are people inside the Land Rover.
What type of Land Rover was it?
It is this ordinary Land Rover that we use in the military. It's British Land Rovers.
Open pickup, open back, or
It has a cover,
made of what?
metals and tarpaulins.
Good. Can you tell us, apart from the captives who were in the pickup, were there any soldiers in the pickup? Other soldiers?
Yes.
Could you tell us who you could recall?
Alaji Kanyi.
Where in the vehicle was he?
Behind with the detainees.
How about the front? Front cabin?
The person who is in front that I cannot recall. I cannot recall, and I cannot recall even the driver who drive that vehicle.
Earlier you told us that council members, Edward Singate, Sana Sabali, Yankuba Ture, Sadibu Haidara, they were all part of the group.
Yes.
Right? And all of them, did all of them go to Yundum barracks on that day?
Yes.
You saw all of them there?
I saw all of them.
How about Babukar Jata? Did you see him?
Babukar Jata. I cannot remember seeing Babukar Jata.
In your statement, you did include, just a moment, let me verify that. Let me verify that. Yes, in your statement, you did not include Babukar Jata's name as being among those who went. But you said you cannot remember if Babukar Jata was present. And that's the position you still maintain, right?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us what happened after you arrived in the barracks and you saw this Land Rover with some captives inside. Tell us what happened after that.
After that, we left for Brikama area.
How do you know you are going to leave for Birkama area?
Because we were told by Sana that we are going to move out on a unknown destination.
And then what happened after he said that?
Then we enter into our vehicles and then we move.
And tell us about your movement, the directions which you took.
Yeah, we moved from Yundum barracks going towards New Yundum to Busumbala Farato and up to the forest.
Which forest?
Brikama forest. I don't know what is the name of that.
Did you pass through Nyambai at all?
Yes, that is Nyambai forest. Yes.
And what happened there?
When we passed Nyambai forest, the end of the forest, before the college, the end of the forest, we branch off. On
left or right?
when going is right, when going is right, to Brikama, when going to Brikama is right, we branch off for about, I think, 300 to 400 meters or so. We stopped. All of a sudden, the convoy stopped. We stopped for about 1 minute. I heard people yelling on that Land Rover.
Crying?
Crying.
And who do you think it was?
It could be Say. Sam Major Say, Lieutenant Say.
Do you know why he was crying?
I later knew, because I went straight to the vehicle. I get down from our vehicle, went straight to the vehicle. Unknowing to Alaji Kanyi that I am coming, I saw him bayoneting the detainees. I yelled on him.
What do you mean by that? You saw him bayoneting the detainees. I just want you to break it down into simple language.
It has a bayonet.
Yes.
It has a bayonet, a very sharp bayonet. So it was the one that he was using to chop them.
To chop them or to stab them?
To stab them.
Did you see him stab anyone?
Yes. I met him doing that. I yell on him, yell at him. I tell him, Alaji Kanyi, what are you doing? Stop this. These people, their fate are not yet decided. Why are you doing these things to them?
Did he say anything?
He just raised his head and said, okay, okay. But at that time, you could see in him, Alaji Kanyi, that he is not the normal Alaji Kanyi.
Did you know him before?
Very well, I know him before.
Tell us how you knew him.
I know him.
Tell us how you knew him.
Because we were in the same platoon with him, the same company with him. I move with him, go into postings with him. If he is to go to postings, he has to call me to go with him. If there is any guard of honor or any guard of honor that he is detailed, or he has to call me to become his sentryman.
How about socially?
Yeah, I do social. Do move with him too.
To do what?
On our leisure time.
To do what?
Sometimes we go out for a drink.
What kind of drink?
Palm wine.
Alcohol? Other alcohol?
Maybe beer.
So before November 11, did you have this relationship with him?
Yes.
Where you would go out and drink alcohol?
Yes.
So this drinking or this relationship you had with him, where you would go out and drink, predated November 11, or started well before November 11?
Me moving out with him, going to drink and all those things, whether it started before November 11?
Yes.
This thing started the moment when I joined the army and I have a rapport with him, moving with him. That was after 91 or so. I know him after 91, 92, 93. And by that time, I knew that he used to drink.
Because you used to go and drink together?
I used to go and drink with him. I used to move with him.
So when you told him, Alaji Kanyi, stop this, the fate of these people has not yet been decided.
Yes.
He looked up. Did he say anything?
No, he said, okay. He stopped.
And what happened after that?
And then after that, we made another U-turn again and joined the highway to Brikama. But yet still, this Alaji Kani was still with the detainees on top of that vehicle. So if he continues doing it, I don't know. But we proceeded to C4 area, to C4N.
And tell us what happened when
When
you
we
arrived
reached
at
at
C4N.
when we reached at C4, we passed the village, drive for some time, and then we branch off by the left. About 5–10 meters off from the road is where we were asked, let everybody come down from the vehicle, including all the detainees, to get down from the vehicle.
How far away from the road did the vehicle stop?
About 5–10 meters off from the road.
And when the vehicle stopped, you all came down, correct?
Yes.
And after you came down, what happened next?
After when we came down, all the detainees were brought down, and they were lined up.
How far away from the vehicles?
About 2 to 3 meters or so, or 2 to 3 meters or 5 meters or so.
The evidence we have is that after the vehicle stopped and the detainees were brought down, you had to walk them into the forest a little bit. Is that true?
No, we were with the vehicles within the area.
Okay. So what happened when you moved the captives? You lined them up. What happened after that?
That was the time. In fact, I jumped one thing that I talked to Sana on the vehicle when we are going to Brikama, going to the exclusion area. I told him, why are we not going to prosecute these people and instead of killing them? That was what I told him.
At what stage did you say that to Sana?
That was when we are going to wherever we have to. And then the second time was when we reached at this range, when I talked to him.
Let's take it step by step. You said 2 occasions.
Yes.
You said the first time was where?
Inside the vehicle.
And what did you say to him?
Why are we not going to prosecute these people instead of killing them?
At this stage, did you know they were going to be killed when you were in the vehicle?
When I'm in the vehicle?
Yes.
I suspected so.
Just on the strength of a suspicion?
I used the word kill.
Yes. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
How did Sana respond? He
said, if hadn't been that they succeeded on what they were onto, you could be maybe a victim to this. I said,
that is what he said to you?
Yeah, that's what he said to me.
Did you say anything else?
I didn't say anything.
So the matter ended there?
I kept quiet.
But do you realize that you never said this to the investigators?
I did, of course.
No, you did not.
Huh?
You did not.
I did say, I told him that if we can just go through the...
Yes, it is paragraph 21 of the statement.
Paragraph 21.
21 of the statement. Do you see it?
No, not yet. I said everybody alighted, and I went up to Sana Sabali and pleaded.
Excuse me with the business. The one we are now talking about.
No, that one was not in this statement. Then
So the
I
issue
I
about
oversee it.
you telling Sana that these people are not to be killed but be prosecuted inside the vehicle, you never mentioned that before.
I didn't mention it. I didn't mention it. I didn't mention it to the investigators.
All right. So now you're saying after you guys arrived at the forest, you alighted from the vehicles. What happened after that?
When we alighted from the vehicle, and the detainees were paraded, they are going to be executed. I went to Sana and pleaded on him, why not prosecute instead of killing? That was what he told me. So they move a little bit. Both the council members had a discussion. I heard Sana saying some words that no, they are not going to be executed. I don't know whether it's a strategy that he was using or not. And the singer said, no, they will be executed. And then he himself, Sana, said, say your last prayers. Kneel down and say your last prayers. Then they kneel down. They were forced.
Who kneeled down?
All the
Yes, tell us their names.
Yeah, I could recall Ba.
Full name, please, and rank.
What Ba? Some of these names I
Nickname? Any nickname? Alias?
No, Nyancho that I know. No.
There was Ba. What was his rank?
Sergeant or what? I don't know. Before the takeover, or a staff sergeant? Or
He was a staff sergeant or a sergeant before the takeover. That's what you say, right?
Yeah, I think he was a staff sergeant before the takeover.
Okay. Who else can you recall?
Silla.
What was his name?
No, he's Cadet Silla. We call him Cadet Silla. I think Cadet Silla.
Who else? Ba. Would it be Abdullah? Abdullah Ba.
Chopin.
Yes.
Abdullah Ba Chopin.
That's him?
That's him.
And Silla. What's his first name? Silla, what's his first name?
I'm used to Cadet Silla. Cadet
Silla.
Yes.
Okay. Who else? You mentioned Nyancho. Nyancho, what's his last name?
Mane.
Did you have a relationship with him?
We were in the same barracks with him for so long.
And who else?
Say.
Did you have a relationship with him?
Yeah, he's my mentor.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, because from him that I take a lot of things as a soldier.
Anybody else?
So far, these are the ones that I recall.
Okay, and what happened?
When an order is given that we are going to kill them, what I did was I was trying by all means not to participate in killing. I try all means, how will I dodge these things? Until before the shooting, I did manage to sneak from the group, get behind the vehicle, get into our vehicle, trying to do some things that to say that I am doing something, whilst I didn't do something. I was just trying to dodge away from the killing. By the time I left there, I had rapid gunfires.
Mr. Witness, how was the order given?
Shoot them and kill them.
And what followed immediately after that?
Shooting followed. Rapid shooting followed.
So at what stage did you have time to move from the shooting place to go to the vehicles to find something to do?
It was immediately after when they had their tete-a-tete and they moved back and said all of them are going to be executed. You're going to be killed.
No, remember, you said after the order was given, I left to go behind the vehicles to try to find something to do. Those were your words, correct?
I said when an order was given for them to be executed.
And what was the order?
Shoot all of them.
And what followed immediately after?
What followed immediately, everybody was preparing or taking a position.
Yes, and then
from there, that mingling of taking position is where I sneak and get into the vehicle. But
Mr. Witness,
yes.
Did you fire your weapon?
No, I didn't fire my weapon.
Are you trying to avoid responsibility for participating in that killing?
Why should I avoid taking
the question
responsibility?
Is,
no.
Are you avoiding it?
I'm not trying to avoid. I'm telling you the truth.
Good. Do you recall telling us that when an order is given, you did not dare ask questions? Do you
yes, I did tell you that.
Did you recall telling us when an order is given, you dare not go to the officers and challenge?
I did tell you that.
Did you recall telling us that when an order is given, you dare not even go up to the officers?
I did tell you that.
And on this occasion, you're telling us?
It's a different one.
It's a different one.
I was trying to dodge away from it. If I am caught, then I know that I am caught.
No, before the dodging, you told us you walked up to Sana, and this time, the second time, you told him that they should not kill them. That's what you're telling us.
Yes.
But earlier on, you told us that if anybody dared challenge any of these people, you would be executed.
Yes.
But you did it this time
I did it. I sacrificed my life to do it.
Mr. Witness, are you just telling us that because you're trying to shield yourself from responsibility? Well, you would say that now, isn't it? It's
no. I sacrificed my life, whether I am caught and then be joined on those people or not, because I don't want to kill. This is why I did this. I sacrificed my life.
But the first time you joined in the shooting?
Yes, but I know when I joined the shooting.
The second time round, you refused to join the shooting.
I refused because I know what people are doing is not correct.
And the first time it was correct?
It even was not correct.
But you joined nonetheless.
Yes, I joined.
At what stage?
Because I know that the order that is being given is now wrong. I cannot be continuing getting that orders.
Wasn't it wrong the first place?
It is wrong.
Instance.
But everything starts once and then you realize your mistakes, and then you try to avoid your mistakes.
Did it make any difference this time around?
It makes a difference to me, of course, because I am trying to dodge away what I am told to do.
But we have witnesses who said you fired your weapon.
It's left to them. Let them say what it's up to them to say. But between me and God, this is what happened.
It's very self-serving. It is you saying I did not. It's not like somebody else who was present there saying JCB did not.
It is up to anybody to say JCB did this.
You participated in an earlier murder, didn't you?
I did. I said I did.
Okay, thank you very
and
much.
And I realized my mistakes. That's why I didn't want to participate the others.
Okay, thank you very much. But do you realize that by guarding these people all the way to the forest, you are still complicit to murder?
Of course, I know.
Good. So now let's move on to the next issues. What happened after these people were shot?
They were brought back to the barracks.
In what condition?
In a dead condition.
And then how were they brought back to the barracks? Where were
the same
they
vehicle.
Put? In the same vehicle.
The same vehicle.
And then what happened after? Just a moment. Let me walk you a little backwards. Did you see the shooting of the victims who were killed in the forest?
Yes.
You saw some of the people who shot, who fired their weapons?
Yes.
Did the council members fire their weapons?
I could confirm some.
Yeah, but were you able to look at everybody?
I was not, at that time, if you were in my shoe at that time, you will know that this man really, he is in a different world.
Yes, because
there are killings that are happening in my presence.
You people were killing your colleagues, so I would definitely see you to be in a different world.
Yes.
That is not the norm. That is not how soldiers should behave.
That one I know of.
You agree?
Killing your own comrade.
You agree?
I agree it's not correct.
Good.
And it should not be done.
All right.
And it should not happen.
Exactly. So you took these bodies back to which barracks?
Yundum barracks.
Why did you have to take the bodies back to Yundum barracks? Do you know?
I don't know.
Did you question Sana again?
I didn't. At that time, even to talk to him, I don't even want to talk to him. Because I am disorganized, totally disorganized by seeing my fellow comrades lying.
My friend, you are terrified of him. That was the reason, wasn't it?
I am definitely terrified.
Yet, this is the person you went and accosted and asked him, why would he execute these people? You want us to believe that?
Why not? Well, when I talk to him and he refuses.
Because it doesn't add up. That is the reason. It does not add up. It does not make sense. You told us a private soldier would not dare go speak to his superiors, especially in a situation like that.
I told you
said if that happened, you would be killed.
I told you a private soldier does not have the gut to against his superior in the midst. But if you have a rapport with the individual, you can do it secretly with him.
No, but these people were converged together. It was the council members who were...
But remember, I told you that I only spoke to some. I didn't speak to the whole council member, and I didn't speak openly. It's what I told you.
Okay.
I was just stealing what to tell him, and then I just restrained. Because I cannot just keep on talking to him. I will be labeled.
Witness, this is a recent fabrication aimed at painting you in a good light.
Thank you.
You agree?
Thank you.
Good. So now let's move back to Fajara barracks, to Yundum barracks. What happened when you took the bodies back to Yundum barracks?
When we took the bodies back to Yundum barracks, is where they were handed to, and
handed to who?
To Yundum barracks. The Land Rover that brought them entered Yundum barracks. And then all of us, the council member and the people who were with them, entered back to Yundum barracks.
And then what happened after that?
And then from there, we moved back to Banjul.
Did you have to wait to see what was going to be done to the corpses?
No.
So what happened? You just left?
We left.
How about Fafanyang? What happened to him?
Fafanyang.
Exactly, that's the name I mentioned.
Yeah, Fafanyang.
Do you know what happened to him?
I later realized that he was shot, but the individual who shot him, I don't know. But I later realized that he was shot.
Later when?
When we are going back. Because I had a gunshot. I said to Sana, what is this gunshot all about? Who shot? What was it? He said there are still some elements that are to be cleared.
Where were you at this time?
I was in the vehicle. I keep quiet. I just nod my head.
That too does not add up.
Thank you.
How about Basiru Kamara?
No, Basiru Kamara, I didn't witness where he was killed.
Ibrahim Asise?
Ibrahim Asise, I know who killed Ibrahim Asise.
Who did?
Is Alaji Kani.
How do you know about that?
Yeah, because that one I saw it.
It's not in your statement, you realize that?
Yes, it's not in my statement. Now, when we are talking like this, that is the time that I'm
selective memory?
No, that is not selective memory. That is time that I'm remembering. If you tell me selective memory, which means that I just want to pick some, that is time that I am remembering.
So therefore, when you returned from the, just hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
When you returned from the forest to Yundum barracks, you did not just hand over the bodies and you left. You stayed.
I said we all returned back to Yundum barracks.
And then you handed over the vehicle, and then you left.
With the vehicle.
But these are your fallen colleagues, your colleagues who were killed in your presence, conveniently forgotten.
Yeah, but then remember, if your colleague is being killed, you don't even have the audacity to stand watching.
Yeah, but you had
dead body lying like that.
But you had the audacity to question Sana Sabali.
Yes.
But you do not even have the audacity to look.
No, because I don't want to look.
You want us to believe that?
It's up to you.
Does it make sense to you?
To me, it makes sense.
Good. Thank you. So let's proceed. You left Fajara barracks, you left Yundum barracks after 3 additional soldiers were killed, Fafanyang, EMCC, and Basiru Kamara. Do you know what happened to those bodies?
No.
How about the bodies that were in the vehicle in the morning?
No, I didn't know what happened.
How about the bodies that were in the Land Rover?
I didn't know what happened to them.
Did you participate in the burial of these bodies?
No.
Did you actually see the burial?
No.
What do you say to the suggestion that it was you, the Odlis, who actually did the burial?
it's a false information.
Are you saying that because you still want to extricate yourself from involvement in this activity?
If you say so,
No.
then it is not.
I don't have to say so for it to happen.
But then it is
We
not.
just want to know the truth.
No, but
Tell
it's
us the
not.
truth.
I am telling you the truth.
So you did not participate
I didn't participate
in the burial.
in the burial.
How about the other orderlies?
I don't know. But I didn't participate in the burial. Because at that time what I am feeling is only me who knows what I am feeling.
Guilt. That's what
Fine.
you are feeling.
Fine, I feel guilty, of course, I feel guilty.
Okay, thank you.
Because I was anticipating of this day today. I know it will happen one day or the other. I know it will happen one day or the other.
So you left Yindum Barracks. Where did you go after that?
Back to the Statehouse.
To do what?
Obviously, we go back to Statehouse so that they will brief their boss, who is the chairman.
What was his name?
Yaya Jammeh.
And what happened after that?
We left home.
Did you go to watch football that day?
I don't think, I am not even aware of this football.
You can't remember?
I cannot remember.
Good. So, and what happened to Sana after that? Mr. Chairman, we have 6 minutes to the break. So we still have 2 more short topics to cover. So I am in your hands. Do you want us to take a break now before we move on to these new topics? Or do you want me to proceed and use these 6 minutes?
Can you complete the questioning that you're doing at the moment? From the statement that you have given us, we have 3 short topics. And if you would want to preserve or reserve those one summer for the afternoon, then we can take a break.
I think
that way.
it should be
But
a
if you would-
convenient point to stop.
Right.
Should be
But
a
you
convenient.
may complete your line of questioning now if you have.
It would be a convenient point to stop, Mr. Chair.
Okay, fine.
Thank
That's
you.
all right. And I take it that the commissioners would want to wait until those sections are finished, then you do the questioning.
Okay.
Fine. Thank you very much. We resume at 2:30. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.